Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Barbie. Yes, not the movie, but Barbie in general, because Barbie decided that, hey, you know what we should do? Let's double down on inclusive specialty dolls, and let's do a Down syndrome doll. And you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me, even because my mom told me about it, and she was just like, she thinks it's highly disrespectful to release a Down syndrome doll, whether they're trying to be inclusive or not. She just thinks that a lot of children aren't going to understand that concept, and Mattel really shouldn't be doing it. And I have to agree. I think that it's highly disrespectful to sit up there and be like, oh yeah, let me make a Down syndrome doll. Look, a lot of Barbies with a lot of specialty Barbie dolls do not sell. I know because I've seen it in retail. A lot of those specialty dolls, the fat Barbie, the special needs doll one, the broken leg one, the one in the wheelchair, those kind of dolls, not different race dolls, because people will buy those before they'll buy the specialty dolls, the dolls that got deficiencies or whatever and stuff like that, or are not the average doll that from Barbie. And that's great that you want to do these inclusive lines or whatever, but I don't think you need to be releasing it to major sellers. You need to be like, if people want those kind of dolls, they can order it from Mattel or Barbie.com or whatever they need to do. That's fine. That's cute. Whatever. Whoop, whoop, all that good stuff. But to make a Down syndrome doll as a major brand and then go with the whole diversity inclusion shit, it feels dirty, honestly. Am I not saying that Down syndrome dolls don't, am I not saying that Down syndrome children don't exist? They do. But the concept of most children, which is probably about a 90% of children, aren't Down syndrome. So why would you get it? And then if children did get it, they probably want to understand the severity of Down syndrome, so the doll would probably get made fun of, because children's imagination are terrible. Not terrible, but are amazing. But at the same time, children are still cruel when they need to be. So let's stop trying to pretend like, this is something inclusive or whatever. Because what parent is going to sit down and teach their children who don't have autism, Down syndrome, morbidly obese, lost a leg, in a wheelchair, all that kind of stuff, that this Barbie doll is special because there are some people in the world? No. Sometimes we got to protect the children's innocence. And I think when you try to make a doll to try to be all inclusive and trying to, I guess, quote unquote, teach children this kind of stuff, it raises more questions than answers. And I just think that there's a time and a place for it, and this is not the time nor the place for it. I just think it's one of those weird kind of things. I'm sorry. So Mattel announced the new Barbie doll with Down syndrome. It was created to give more children an opportunity to see themselves in Barbie, the company said. Here we go with that, to see themselves and shit like that. No, it's to see somebody who probably at the company have Down syndrome and was like, now that I work here, it'll be great to do to give somebody who has Down syndrome, or I have Down syndrome or something like that, because there's probably somebody in the company who has a child or somebody that's very close and they want to honor them, and that's cute. That is cute. But stop with the so people can see themselves or see a more representative. No. Your representation stopped when you made Barbie dolls from around the world. That's where you need to stop. Stop trying to make the Barbie dolls different things. Like y'all did like some non-binary bull crap, transgender shit too. Like, yeah, I remember those specialty dolls. You know, all of these damn dolls, these specialty dolls do not sell. They're not the average Barbie doll, because they're the natural target audience is not that. So they're not going to pick up these dolls. Because again, if you go to a Walmart, is a very indicator of where a lot of this stuff sits at. Walmart don't even sell them no more. And I remember there's a time where they were hyping up these different damn dolls and all that kind of stuff or whatever, but they didn't sell. They didn't sell like that. I know some are going to be like, well, this, but yeah. But on average, these dolls don't sell. That's just the truth. They said, we're proud to introduce a Barbie doll with Down syndrome to better reflect the world around us and further our commitment to celebrating inclusion through play. Lisa McKnight. Oh, how much you want to bet if she's some kind of white woman, a white woman who's an activist, right? Because that's what they love to do. Better reflect our world. What? Because I'm going to be honest, on average, most people do not see a Down syndrome child. I'm just being honest. There are people who are older than I am, never seen one. So don't sit up here and say it's a good reflection of the world. It's not. It's not. Because it's not something that most people see every day. And don't sit up here and say, yes, they do. No, they don't. And of course it says, in the past, Mattel Barbie has been criticized for spreading unrealistic beauty standards for the children who plays the dolls. In recent years, the company has moved to deviate from their reputation by offering more diverse dolls. It started with making Barbie and Ken dolls with wheelchair, Viagra, hearing aids, prosthetic limbs. And it says the company unveiled its most diverse doll line in 2023 fashion lineup, which includes a doll with Down syndrome. And it's just like, no. The people who are talking about it are people who were mad that they asses was fat, ugly, unattractive while they were playing with Barbie dolls. Barbie has been the same for years. Yes, she has a few updates and tweaks, but Barbie has a standard that a lot of people just know. When you see Barbie, that is Barbie. Don't nobody want all of these diversity inclusion Barbie dolls. And what I mean is, the diverse inclusion Barbie dolls that people do want is different color. That's about it. I can give you the national theme, but Barbie and Ken all looking muscular and skinny with the hourglass shape. That's just Barbie. That is just Barbie. Hell, we're having a live action Barbie adaptation because of how iconic Barbie is. So let's kind of like stop the nonsense of like as if Barbie doesn't have a standard that people don't like. You know what I'm saying? And it says, of course, our goal is to enable all children to see themselves in Barbie while also encouraging children to play with dolls who do not look like themselves. Doll play outside of a child's own lived experience can teach understanding and build greater sense of empathy, leading to a more accepting world. Look, bitch, because that's what she is right now. Bitch, stop trying to put your wants and values into other people's children. Children will play with anything, right? But I'm also going to tell you, as parents aren't going to buy into the nonsense. It's up to the parent to teach their children, not you thinking that, oh, let me make a doll, let me waste millions of dollars making dolls, specialty dolls that people aren't going to buy because I think it'll be great for inclusive diversity. And then you'll get a child that for one out of a million have the issues that you're talking about. And then saying like, oh, see, this child said that it was a good idea. Yes, that child who has that one thing, while most children don't. Again, it goes back to the same thing of like, know who your audience is. Stop trying to put your values into what you think parents should do with their children. You know what I'm saying? Because if children do play with other kids, there is a standard of, even if the child is special need or whatever, as long as you let the child know and kind of understand, like, hey, this child has certain special needs or requirements, fine. But a random child isn't going to go into a store and buy non-binary, Vigilado, wheelchair, paralyzed, Barbie, missing limb, non-binary, transgender doll, their Down syndrome doll. They're not going to buy these dolls. And that's just real talk. That is just real talk. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just think is kind of crazy. And then of course, here she goes saying, when I saw the doll, I felt so emotional and proud. It means a lot to me that children will be able to play with the doll and learn that everyone is different. I mean, children know that everyone is different, but to try to force that down children's throats with a doll is kind of crazy. Like, again, you're living vicarious through children without understanding that as parents aren't going to buy the shit. That's what you need to understand. You know? I am proud that Barbie chose me to show the doll to the world. Diversity is important, as people need to see themselves like me out there in the world and not being hidden away. Barbie will make this happen. This is that bullshit that I was saying, you know? I'm sorry. And this comes from Ellie Goldstein, the British model with Down syndrome. Yeah, of course, British quote-unquote model. Oh, okay. And with all due respect, let's cut the cap. You know what I'm saying? We're only doing that is because because let's be honest, we feel sorry. You can get mad all you want to, but that is what it is. If you get a British model with Down syndrome, you know damn well parents ain't buying it because of that. You know? They were probably already buying the brand before the British thing is in there. But again, if you see that I ain't never heard of this person. Thank goodness, because you can tell it's really there for pity points. It is what it is. I mean, I've been around Down syndrome children, and yeah, the world will definitely make them feel special and wanted or whatever and all that kind of nonsense and stuff like that, while downplaying the average person and then expecting the average person to understand, well, they're special needs, so they're special, so they have to get the praise and the recognition while you don't. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen it happen and stuff like that. There's no excuse for it, but it is what it is. But I just think it's a little weird to me, honestly. They said the Barbie doll with Down syndrome will be available at major retailers this summer and fall for $10.99. Bitch, please, you better put that shit for $5 if you ever want to make a sale. I'm being honest. Like, a lot of parents are not going to buy their children a Down syndrome doll. Y'all can get mad all you want to. You can be like, oh, that's just being mean or whatever, but the truth is in the pudding. Like, so I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell you. I just think it's a weird thing to do. Just like it was weird when they tried to do all that diversity, inclusion nonsense. Just go back to what made Barbie Barbie. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.